What are some common pitfalls in relationships? Okay. I think all of us are now kind of experts on that because we've all been in relationships and we've experienced these firsthand. But hopefully, I'll point out a couple of things which might hopefully help. Whenever there's any kind of dynamic happening in a relationship where it appears there's some friction, some difference in opinion, we have a tendency to fixate on what's going on on the surface. So the surface dynamics are, what you tell your partner, what your partner is telling you, their point of view, their perspective, and actions happening on the physical level. We have a tendency to take these things so seriously as if that's it. This person told me this. I can't believe my coworker said this. We take that as obviously true and factual, as if factual means truth. Well, the first thing I'd like to point out is that is a pitfall. You have to look beyond the surface, deeper. So what do I mean by that? The person that you're interacting with, whether it's a partner, a spouse, a family member, or a coworker, doesn't matter. That is a person saying this, doing this is not the same as who they are at a deeper level. So who they are at a deeper level is essence. And if you look at what they're saying, if you look deeper at their energetically what are they saying, which can be quite different, and then their essence, which is who they truly are. What is that saying? When you look at this complete picture, then you are in a much better position to assess what is going on. If you assess only based on the surface, you're going to be thrown off. If something is not going well, maybe a conversation didn't go well, maybe there was an argument, maybe there's a disagreement, we tend to think, oh boy, things are not going well, everything is upside down. We very quickly go into a place where we think things are going wrong. And in fact, if you tune into the energy and the essence, you start seeing that actually behind all that, there is a deeper connection. When you look at the essence level, the surface difference in opinion, it doesn't turn into a conflict. So there can be a difference in opinion, but it doesn't have to turn into a conflict, doesn't have to feel like a conflict. So you can have peace and harmony within, even if there is a surface level argument going on. And for a lot of people, this is something completely new territory. But in fact, this is what you start seeing when you see the full stack, so to speak, of who a being is. A person on the surface, energy, light, essence. That is the full stack. When you see that, you find there's a lot to feel good about. Because you see commonality and connection at deeper levels. So compassion, connection, love, trust, all these beautiful things, you see that, oh, it's there. It's right there. So we don't get thrown off by things happening on the surface. And we don't also hold the unrealistic expectation that I should never have a difference of opinion or conflict with my partner. Those things are inevitable. They don't mean anything, actually. They are to be expected. So that's a significant, I would say, pitfall where we are not being essence-driven, essence-centric, and instead we are confused by something superficial. And I think this pitfall alone can make a dramatic difference in a relationship. The other thing I think we want to keep in mind is that in any kind of relationship, there is a common ground. There is a common set of things that both individuals in a partnership, they are aspiring to. And as long as we keep this common principle in mind, then the differences are contextualized. So the differences, they don't feel that bad because we're working towards a common ground. In the case of a business, it might be we're all wanting success in the business. And so we're able to let go of being excessively attached to our own point of view. So the pitfall, I would say, is being identified with a point of view and insisting that that is the correct point of view. This is, I think, any two people, if you put them in a room, you're going to have two distinct points of view. So it's unrealistic to think that everybody should share the exact same point of view. So we have to be comfortable with alternative points of view that other people might hold. That doesn't mean something has gone wrong. It simply is another valid perspective. So these, I would say, are some common pitfalls, and they can, just a deeper understanding of this can bring tremendous sense of relief and harmony and long-term stability in a relationship. And of course, we'd all love that. When you choose light, life becomes increasingly joyful, purposeful, and inspired. I invite you to join me to explore the realms of light, the infinite possibilities that light offers.